What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the bilingual stock market channel again. Let's go ahead and talk about some stocks and about what happened today in the markets. And today we had turn around Tuesday. We had a very solid green across the board, with the Russell 2000 going up 2.76%. Most of the small cap stocks had a very solid day today. Stocks such as AMC Entertainment, Virgin Galactic, Palantir, Vinco Ventures, Cantex Logic, and so forth had a very solid day today. They went on an absolute tear. Nasdaq went up 2.53%. Dow Jones went up 1.22%, and the S&P 500 went up 1.58%. However, guys, this morning, earlier today, we had some sort of mix of bad news and good news. On one hand, we got good news about Ukraine because we found out that Russia is returning troops to deployment base. Very good news when it comes to the concerns about a potential war in Ukraine. However, on the flip side, we got very bad news inflation-wise. We got the producer price index of January, which came out way hotter than expected, reflecting an increase month over month of 1%, whereas the estimate was an increase month over month of 0.50%. And regardless of that bad news, we had a very solid day, very solid green day across the board. So either this news canceled each other out, good news and bad news, or maybe, guys, the markets have already priced in a lot of bad news over here. If you remember something that I told you in yesterday's video, for the bears, in order to be able to bring the indices down further, they need very bad news, like very but very negative bad news. And today we got bad news because the PPI came out, as I just said, at 1%, whereas the estimate was 0.50%. And regardless of that bad news, we had a very solid green day across the board. So the birds need to gain steam based on very but very negative news, and that wasn't the case this morning and throughout today's trading session. And when it comes to the sectors of the markets, today we saw a clear rotation into the most expensive sectors of the markets, guys. The best performing sector today was technology, going up 2.63%, followed by consumer discretionary, which went up 2.24%. The only two sectors that went down today was energy. The energy sector has been getting killed, which is fine, guys, because the best performing sector throughout this year has been by a long shot energy. And obviously now the question is this a pullback when it comes to oil and energy stocks and XLE? Are we seeing simply a pullback inside an uptrend, or is the top in when it comes to energy? Who knows? I think that the top is in, guys, because obviously I am a bull and I don't want inflation to get out of control, obviously, right? Full disclosure. And the other sector that closed today's trading session in negative territory was utilities. The utility sector hasn't been performing well. It went down today 0.47%. And this is something that I told you guys in yesterday's video, we can also make the case that this is a sector that doesn't benefit at all when it comes to higher interest rates. This is a sector that depends on credit in a massive way. So we can make the case that the markets aren't benefiting utilities because we are about to start a new interest rate hike cycle. And if we take a look at the advances and declines distribution, we can confirm that we had a very broad rally today, except for utilities and energy. We had 5,609 stocks going up, and we had 1,838 stocks going down. And before going over the indices, I want to show you guys some trades that I took in today's trading session. I had a very but very active trading session when it comes to trading. No pun intended. So yesterday I started a position on Tesla, guys. I purchased 20 shares at $884, paying $17,692. And today, as soon as the trading session opened, because I was very concerned about the producer price index, I thought that we were about to have, as soon as the trading session opened, I thought that we were going to see a red day. I was absolutely mistaken. The market shook off the PPI. So as soon as the trading session opened, I closed this trade. I sold out of my 20 shares at $896, and I was paid $17,933. I ended up making over here something like $280. And later on today, I took a day trade on Tesla, guys. So I purchased 25 shares at $913.71, paying $22,842. And I closed this position at $920.42, and I was paid $23,010. So I ended up making over here something like $150. So with Tesla alone, I made $450. But these were not the only trades that I closed today. Let me show you. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. What did I do over here? Let me show you. I got a call option on February 14. I got the $115 call that expires on June 17, paying $1,595, and I closed this position today, and I was paid $1,740. I ended up making over here $150, and I also took a day trade on Airbnb, and yes, guys, I left a lot on the table. This is one of the stocks that I am going to go over in this video because they just reported earnings. I haven't seen anything, guys, about the earnings reports that I am about to go over in this video because I like the, let's say, the live reaction, right? But I can tell that they killed it when it comes to their earnings report because Airbnb is up after hours 40%. So I left a lot on the table because I didn't want to play earnings on Airbnb. So today, this was simply a day trade. So I purchased 35 shares at $174.12, paying $6,094, and I closed this position at $176.91, and I was paid $6,191. I ended up making over here something like $100. So I ended up making today $650, guys. I had a very solid trading session today, no doubt about it. S&P 500 goes up today. By the way, before going over the S&P, guys, I wanted to remind you the earnings reports that are going to be posted tomorrow. We are going to have another very interesting trading session when it comes to earnings reports. So before open, we have Shopify, we have The Trade Desk, we have Crocs, we have Kraft Heinz, and we also have Hilton. And after close, we're going to have the most important earnings report of this week by a long shot, Nvidia. After close, then we have Applied Materials, we have Marathon Oil, we have Matterport, we have QuantumScape, and we have DoorDash and Fastly and Cisco as well. So yeah, the picks for tomorrow's video is going to be a tough one, guys. We have plenty of very interesting earnings reports coming out in tomorrow's trading session. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500, which, as I said in the introduction of this video, went up today 1.58%, and it closed today's trading session, at 4,471 points. So the most important aspect that is worth pointing out over here is the fact that the bulls were able to reconquer the 200-day moving average at 4,451 points. That is bullish. So the next task that the bulls of the S&P need to carry out is going to be taken on the 100-day moving average at 4,568 points. And mind you, guys, once this 100-day moving average happens to be taken out, it is going to happen eventually, obviously, unless we go into a crash. Then right after that, the bulls are going to have in front of themselves another very tough task, guys. 4,600. At 4,600, the bulls already failed on 1, 2, and 3 occasions recently. So I think that maybe 4,600, if that's an area that is visited in a quick way, and if the bulls happen to fail at that spot, that might be an option in order to get some puts. I gotta be very honest with you. And when it comes to the bears, they need to reconquer the 200-day moving average at 44.58. Can the bulls fill this gap tomorrow right away up to 4,600? That might be the case, but I'm afraid, guys, that the bulls aren't going to be able to take out 4,600. I would say in the short term. Let's just put it that way. And if we take a look at the NDX, the Nasdaq 100, this index went on an absolute tear today, going up 2.47% and closing today's trading session at 14,620 points. And in the case of the NDX, guys, the bulls have a lot of repairs to do over here. Let's just put it that way. The most important task for the bulls as of now is going to be reconquering this 200-day moving average at 15,000 points. This isn't going to be easy. We are 380 points away from this spot. And the bears, despite the fact that we had a green day today, the bears are very close, guys, from a very critical lower support at 14,400 points. We are talking about a former area of support back from early October, and also a previous area of resistance back from late June. So I think that if 14,400 points happens to be broken to the downside, we are going to see probably a flush down in the case of the NDX, guys. And on the flip side, if we want to see things glass half full from a bullish perspective, then the bulls have a lot to do, guys. They really need to reconquer the 200-day moving average at 15,000 points in order to get back in the game. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Roblox, which is going to be the first stock of this video, the very first earnings report that we are going to go over. And I think that those Nancy Pelosi's call options or lips, she actually got lips, aren't doing well at all, guys. Let me pull up here the 1 day, 1 minute chart, and Roblox is down a lot. After hours, let me see, it is down 15%. But don't worry, Nancy, you still have a lot of extrinsic value when it comes to those lips. Okay, so what happened in the case of Roblox? So EPS negative came in at 25 cents, missing the estimate of 14 cents, and bookings came in at $770 million, beating the estimate of $763.29 million. So they beat on bookings and they missed by a long shot when it comes to EPS. Do I have anything guidance related over here? Let me see. Roblox Q4 earnings highlights, record full year revenue. Let's see. Roblox stocks drops as bottom line results. Bookings fall short of street expectations. It says here, right? But I can see that bookings were above expectations, I think, right? Let me see. So, Roblox report, January 2020 revenue, daily active users of, daily active users of 54.7 million, up 32% year over year. Okay, let's see if I have. I don't have the competitive when it comes to daily active users. What else? So it looks like the markets didn't like this earnings report, guys, and they missed by a long shot when it comes to EPS and bookings. According to the information that I have over here, came in better than expected. So, okay, Q4 daily active users were 49.5 million, up 33% year over year. Hours engaged were 10.8 billion, up 28% year over year. So Roblox is down after hours. It looks like it was a decent report, despite the fact that they missed by a long shot when it comes to EPS. So they are burning more money than the markets wanted them to. So what could be happening tomorrow when it comes to Roblox? So as of now and after hours, the stock of this company is at $63. And I am not gonna touch Roblox. I mean, we can make the case that Roblox is in a technical downtrend. We can also make the case, if we want to see things from a bullish perspective, that maybe Roblox already bottomed out at $53. But I am not gonna touch Roblox below $70, guys, below this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart that is signaling $65.84. So $70 happens to be a former area of support back from mid-October. So this is a no touch unless we can see a clear sign of reversion of this horrible downtrend that as of now has Roblox trading, let me see, 55% of the high. So I still need to take a deeper look at the earnings report that was posted today. But I think that as long as the bulls of Roblox remain trading below $70, there is a potential risk of seeing Roblox revisiting $53.63, which as of now is a lower pivot back from January 28th. And the second stock of this video is going to be Upstart. So let's see what is going on. This is another high flyer, another higher multiple stock. And Upstart is up a lot. Upstart went up today 4.31% during regular trading hours, and it closed today's trading session at $109. I was gonna say million, guys, sorry, because I'm reading earnings, right? So $109.11. So let me pull up here the 1 day, 1 minute, and yeah, Upstart is up a lot, guys. So Upstart is up 25% after hours. This company has tilted when it comes to, or tilted rather, when it comes to its last 2 previous earnings reports, and it looks like they did the same today. So let's see, adjusted EPS. Okay, adjusted EPS came in at 89 cents, beating the estimate of 51 cents. Jesus Christ, they beat an EPS by a long shot. Sales came in at $305 million, beating the estimate of $262.85 million. So they beat by a long shot on EPS and sales. That's pretty good. And I have guidance over here. So Upstart sees Q1 sales between $291 million up to $305 million versus $258.3 million. Wow, guys, they are really up guiding. And Upstart also sees full year 2022 sales from $1.4 billion or at, sorry, we don't have a range over here. So Upstart sees full year 22 sales at $1.4 billion versus $1.21 billion. So they beat on revenue, EPS, they are up guiding a lot. So good news for the bulls of Upstart out there. So after hours, the stock of this company is trading at $135. And guys, despite the fact that Upstart is trading after hours, or is up after hours 25%, Upstart is still 62% of the highs. So the RSI of the stock of this company is at 69 points. You can make the case that it isn't that elevated yet, but I am not going to chase Upstart over here. I would like you to see some sort of retracement tomorrow down to $131. We are talking about a former area of support back from mid-December. And if I happen to see Upstart finding a good support over there, that might be a sign that might be a good sign. Let's just put it that way, in regard to opening a trade or to starting a trade on Upstart. So if we pick up some shares at around $134, and if Upstart happens to bounce back up from that area, there's another gap, guys. Or there is a gap that Upstart might be able to fill up to $164. $164 happens to be a previous area of resistance back from late December. So if we happen to pick up some shares at $134, and if we write them up to $164, we are looking at a 20% profit. So watch out for Upstart, guys. Very solid earnings report. And despite the fact that the stock of this company is up after hours 25%, it is still off the highs by something like 65% or so. And the third stock of this video is going to be Airbnb, and I left a lot of money on the table. Check that out, guys. Airbnb is trading after hours at 187 bucks. So Airbnb went up today during regular trading hours 6.14%, and it closed today's trading session at $180. Let me pull up here the 1 day 1 minute chart. And yeah, it is up a lot, guys. It is up 5%. And Airbnb went up during regular trading hours 6%. So since the trading session opened and until this moment, Airbnb is up 10%. That's a big push to the upside. So what happened over here when it comes to Airbnb? Let's see over here. So adjusted EBITDA came in at $333 million versus a loss of $21 million in the same quarter last year. So this is a big improvement, no doubt about it. Sales came in at $1.50 billion, beating the estimate of $1.46 billion. So they beat on sales, and now they are reporting a positive EBITDA of $333 million versus a loss of $21 million in the fourth quarter of 2020. Very good. And gross booking value came in at $11.3 billion. Nights and experiences booked 73.4 million. This must be bookings, I guess, right? 73.4 million bookings in total in Q4 of last year. And Airbnb sees first quarter bookings exceeding pre-pandemic levels for the first time. Okay, let me see if I see some guidance over here. Let's see. Okay, Q4 gross booking value at $11.3 billion versus Visible Alpha analyst consensus of $11.02 billion. So they beat on sales. They beat on gross booking value. They also, let me see, they are reporting a positive EBITDA of $333 million versus a loss in the fourth quarter of 2020. This is a very, very solid earnings report, guys, for Airbnb. So let me pull up here the 4-hour chart. And as of now, I find Airbnb a bit overextended. You guys can see the RSI of the stock of this company at 70 points. So let me draw a line over here. So we have an area near $187 because Airbnb is trading after hours at pretty much $187. So since the RSI is very elevated, but we know that when Airbnb is running, guys, it runs. So it can go up a lot, even though its RSI is very overheated. So $187 happens to be a previous area of resistance back from early December. So if tomorrow I happen to see Airbnb starting to consolidate slightly above $187, that could be a sign, guys, that we could be potentially taking a trade on Airbnb up to $198. We are looking at a previous area of resistance back from mid-November. So if we were able to take a trade on Airbnb from, let's say, $188, $189-ish, up to $198, we're looking at a 5% profit. And as I just told you guys, this is a stock that when trades on good momentum, like could be the case because they just posted a very solid earnings report, it can go up a lot. So this is going to be one of the stocks that are going to be on the very top of my personal watch list in tomorrow's trading session. And now let's close out the video. Let's wrap it up with Wynn Resorts, which is it up or down after hours? Let me pull up here the 1 day 1 minute. It is down after hours. So Wynn Resorts went up today 4.56% during regular trading hours, and it closed today's trading session at $96.26. So Wynn Resorts is down after hours 3.55%. So what happened over here? And mind you, this is one of my favorite reopening stocks out there, because as of now, Wynn Resorts is something like 25 or 30% of the highs. And this is a company that I actually feel pretty bullish on. So Wynn Resorts Q4 EPS came in at a loss of $1.37. Remember, this was one of the greatest victims of the pandemic. So the negative EPS came in at $1.37, missing the estimate of $1.25, and sales came in at $1.05 billion, beating the estimate of $994.08 million. So they missed on EPS, but they beat on sales. Do I have anything guidance related? Did they mention the commercial operations in Macau? Let me see. Sales. Press release. Realty Income announces $1.7 billion sale leaseback on Anchor Boston Harbor through partnership with Wynn Resorts. So we have a deal over here with Realty Income. Let's see. Wynn Resorts reports earnings loss, revenue beat. Q4 adjusted net loss narrows. Revenue rises, signs $1.7 billion sale lease deal with Realty Income for Encore Boston Harbor. Okay, so they signed a deal with Realty Income, but yeah, they missed by a long shot when it comes to EPS, guys. And that's it. That's all the at least the loss narrowed, right? This is all of the information that I have handy when it comes to Wynn Resorts. So I don't think that this report was very bad, very negative. So I am going to keep a close watch on $90, guys, because as I am telling you guys, take a look. Wynn Resorts hit $136 in June of last year. So as of now, the stock of this company is 33% of the highs. This is a very compelling discount, and I think that this company, once the world is fully reopened and stuff like that, you guys know what I am talking about, I think that the stock of this company is going to be way higher relative to its current price. So I am going to keep a close watch on $91. $91 happens to be a previous area of resistance back from mid-December. And if I happen to see some sort of consolidation slightly above $91, I might be picking up some wins, guys. In which case, I might be trying to take a short-term trade up to the 200-day moving average at $99, which happens to coincide with a previous area of resistance back from mid-November. If I were able to take this trade from $91.30, $92-ish, and riding my shares up to $100, I am looking at an 8% profit. So this wasn't a very negative report, but this is a company that is in the process of recovering its former revenue and profit, guys, because this was a very affected stock in a negative way. I mean, obviously, by the pandemic. And with Wynn Resorts, I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in English, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to the channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do things differently because we talk about the markets in 2 different languages, English and Spanish, so you can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs, just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys on Thursday, once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.